When I think about AI in the SOC, the first thing I do is I try and calm the discussion. I think and bring some reality into it, right? I think the message that has been received within all of the AI hype is that I'm going to be able to replace all my SOC analysts, or I'm not going to need entry-level SOC analysts anymore. And I really want to caution against that kind of language. One, I don't think that's ever going to be a reality. Two, I don't think we want that to be a reality, because if I'm getting rid of all my entry-level SOC analysts, how do I get a mid-level SOC analyst and a senior analyst and a principal and an architect and then someone to take my job eventually, because I want to retire someday. I'm getting old, right? If I get rid of all those entry-level SOC analysts and I don't have a pipeline for the rest of my program and the rest of the roles that I need to fill. And so it's really not realistic. And so what we should be looking at is how can we use AI to enhance our SOC analysts? One thing that I have found with my teams, and one thing I really try and encourage, is asking questions. But people don't always feel safe asking a question for a myriad of reasons, right? Maybe they don't feel safe with their leader. Maybe they don't feel safe with their teammates, right? Admitting that they don't know something that maybe they should know. We can't possibly know everything, though. And so get an LLM that's been trained on security topics and security language and processes is a great way to go and ask it a question. What does APT mean? What is obfuscation? What is, XYZ? And it enables them to learn in a safe environment. The other thing that I think it's really helpful for is if you train a model on your runbooks that you have, because SOCs run on runbooks, even if they're not documented, they should be. But even if they're not, if you train a model on your runbooks, then you can say, oh, I did X, Y, Z, and the LLM can come back with, oh, well, you missed step 4, did you do this thing? You missed step 5, did you do this thing, right? So it can help with making sure that your processes are executed consistently and in the same way. Another thing that I really, really love to encourage my SOC analysts to do with AI is look at code, right? So maybe we have a malware event and we're trying to figure out what this piece of malware did, or maybe we're in product security. This isn't exactly security operations, but it's adjacent. So maybe we're working with some product security, application security folks, right? We as SOC analysts typically are not developers, and we are not able to look at hundreds of lines of code quickly and figure out what it's doing. And so maybe I'm an earlier in my career SOC analyst, or maybe even, a more senior one. And there's this PowerShell script that came on my radar because of an EDR hit or something like that. And I look at it and I go, oh, it's benign. And it's really not, because there's obfuscated code that you missed along the way, or there's some malicious payload that you missed along the way, because you have to get to the next event and you have to, do the thing, and we're not made to process this. And so if you put that into an AI, it can go, oh, you missed this, base 64 encoded string, and it's actually making a call out to do this, and this is what is happening, right? And so it can enable our analysts to catch those kinds of things, and so it reduces the dwell time in our environment, it reduces the mean time to respond as well, and so our metrics are improving, we're able to get to more things. Maybe this will be a magical day. Maybe we get through our entire queue in a work day, and we have time to work on other things that we haven't been able to pay attention to in our environment.